This is the Pea Ridge battlefield. Over in that direction is where the 2nd Cherokee Rifle Cavalry underneath Stan Wadey and General Albert Pike saw action. Battle of Pea Ridge. Over here in this direction is going to be the tavern, the building that's standing where the old tavern stood. And it's going to be either this field, that's the visitor center right there. It's either this field or the next field that is where the Cherokee detachments, when they came through on this old military road, they would camp here and resupply here at this tavern before continuing forth further into Arkansas. Here is where at one of the detachments, while they was camped here, it was either while they was camped here or further down the road closer towards Sugar Creek. Sugar Creek is mentioned in some of the journals of the Trail of Tears. It was a very delightful sight to see when they saw it. But here is where the little Cherokee boy was killed by one of the wagons. He was ran over. The wagon crushed his neck and head. The doctors looked at him and they said that there's nothing that can be done for him. So he's buried either here in this area somewhere or further down the road, closer towards Sugar Creek. There were some others that were buried here, but their graves are no longer known. This is the Pea Ridge battlefield. This is where Stan Wadey led the Cherokee Cavalry, 2nd Cherokee. And also where General Albert Pike has a colorful past. He was the Grand Master Mason, Master Mason of the nation, I think, at one time. The only Confederate life-size statue that stands and sits in Washington, D.C. And yet he was not a general because he saw action and was a brilliant strategist. He was a general just out of honorary status, diplomatic, and because with the tribes. Stan Wadey was here. You had the 1st and 2nd Cherokee Cavalry here, and it's interesting because the 1st Cavalry, after this battle, they would go towards the Union side because they were pro-treaty. Most of them would anyway, because most of them were from the pro-treaty group. And Stan Wadey, of course, they wanted to make him a guerrilla warfare leader for the Confederacy, but I don't know if that ever came to any fruition. The last Confederate general to surrender was Stan Wadey. Stan Wadey was the brother of Buck Wadey, Elias Boudinot, Stan Wadey went on a revengeful killing of those that killed his brother. Lice Boo, no Buck Wadey. And underneath Stan Wadey also served John Jumper, who later would be captured during the Civil War, and later, while he was in prison, he would read the New Testament, come to a saving knowledge and experience of the Lord Jesus Christ. Upon his release, all the hatred that he had in his heart for the white man was taken away, he said. He had only love and forgiveness, and he would help and assist reaching Western tribes in Indian Territory, Western Oklahoma, would pastor a church over south of Shawnee, Oklahoma. John Jumper. This is the battlefield of Pea Ridge.